and welcome to Accessibility in Action. I'm Joanne Smith. I'm sitting in my wheelchair in our studio, surrounded by wood panel columns, and my first guests, Frank Jones and Jonathan Wissink, are in brown leather chairs to my left. Frank Jones is Director of Development of eSight Corp., a company that has developed intelligent video eyewear for people challenged by degenerative eye diseases, and Jonathan Wissink, who is visually impaired. Welcome to you both. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Frank, what exactly has your company developed?
We've developed a wearable device that helps people with low vision see better, quite simply. It's a vision aid that's an electronic wearable device with a camera and display systems and image processing that enhances the image.
And Jonathan, you are going to demonstrate this for us today.
Yes.
Before you put the glasses on, though, can you tell us what your visual impairment is and what you would normally see without the glasses?
Sure. I have a disease called Leber's hereditary optic neuropathy, which is a genetic disease that affects the optic nerve, and it degenerates mainly central vision. I do have a little bit of peripheral loss as well, but my right eye is the one I mainly use, and it's the numbers, as I say, is 2400, and my left is 20,000 something. So I don't really use my left except for movement.
So what does that mean in terms of, say, the book you have beside you?
Well,
how would you be able to read that?
Sure. This book, it's a standard print, I don't know, 16, 14, whatever they have. Normally I have to read with these reading glasses, and the left is blocked out just because I have, my left tries to read and it makes my right not work as well. But, so I'm holding this book normally at about 2-3 inches from my face, and which can get pretty fatiguing with I get a lot of neck pain, headaches, that kind of thing. Yeah, and especially with bigger books, and large print means it's heavier, so it's more fatigue.
Okay, so now with the glasses on.
With the glasses on.
Now we have a monitor in the studio that lets us see what you're seeing up close through the glasses, Jonathan.
Okay, let's put them on here. Okay, so now I have a little control panel here on my left. See, is the book upside down? Is that better?
Frank, what are the glasses called?
They're called Allevios.
And what does that mean?
It means to relieve or alleviate.
Great, great. And how are you doing over there, Jonathan?
Pretty good. I've got it focused and zoomed in here. I'm holding it, I think it's about 2 feet away from my face now. It's on my lap. My arms are extended, whereas before they were all crunched up. And I'm sitting upright, so I don't have to hold the book and hold the weight. The weight is taken by my legs now, so it's a lot more comfortable.
And as we can see on the monitor, it's completely clear.
Yeah. Yeah, I can zoom in quite a bit, actually. Here's one word, the word one, actually. It fills almost the whole screen.
Now, Frank, can you walk us through the device that Jonathan has on his lap? What exactly is he doing there, those controls?
Sure. So Jonathan has a 2-piece unit. There's the head-mounted piece, and then the control piece that's below. Above, we have a camera with 2 display systems that Jonathan's looking at. There's also an ophthalmic lens that's integrated, so this particular one is not customized for Jonathan specifically, but that is something that's done with the device. The user's prescription is placed in the device. And then down below, we have a control panel with 2 knobs. One knob is for controlling the camera, and that's typically done for controlling zoom and controlling focus operations. And on the right is a knob for contrast. So as Jonathan turns that, you'll notice, if you can pick it up on the other monitor, you'll notice the sharpness of the image becomes greater as he turns that knob.
And we're seeing exactly what Jonathan's seeing right now, correct?
Pretty much, yeah, that's right.
Amazing. That's amazing.
It's neat. And this is just one algorithm that you're seeing. This is called the contrast histogram stretch. And the nice thing about these types of systems, and Allevios in particular, is how we can do real-time image processing without adding any latency. Jonathan doesn't notice a lag in when the image is picked up versus what he sees. If there were a lag, then you would have a real problem in terms of just nausea and not feeling comfortable with the device. But the image processing, there's one algorithm, this is contrast, but there are other types of algorithms that we have as well.
Now, we saw what Jonathan was seeing reading a book. What about other images, further distance, pictures, or other symbols across the room? Can you demonstrate what that would be like?
Sure. So,
what do you have here?
Here we have a Bristol board with 3 images on it, and these images are of a family wedding photo. The top of the 3 shows the photo in good focus. It's an image that those of us with good vision can see quite well. The middle vision has been blurred basically by reducing contrast, and then the bottom photo not only has a contrast reduction but a deliberate blurring. So as you look at these pictures, and as Jonathan's looking at them, we can see when he applies the contrast algorithm to them, the sharpness of the picture changes considerably.
It's amazing.
And even those of us who have good vision can see a real noticeable difference. For those with low vision, what they're experiencing is neurons are firing, or optical sensors in our eyes are firing in cases when they otherwise wouldn't. So this is basically the effect that the product provides.
How do you feel using this, Jonathan?
Pretty good. I've got it. I don't normally look at things and expect to see detail at this distance. So there was when I first tried it on, the main thing that really surprised me was there. For example, I'll look at your face, and while talking to somebody, it was the first time I actually saw the expressions on their face. And that caught me off guard. I felt like I was invading their space, whereas it's normal for most people. And that really surprised me. So.
Is it easy to use?
Yeah, it really is. It's just a couple of buttons, and I'm told it's going to be even simpler when it comes out. So the thing on my head, I don't have to touch it at all. It's just there, and once it's set up, it's done. So.
It's incredible. And Frank, what's the next stage of development for this?
Well, the basic product is developed at this point, and we're preparing for a production release of the product, our first production release, which will be this fall. There will be a bit more miniaturization that's happening. So the current unit that Jonathan's wearing weighs somewhere in the order of 250 grams, and we'll be reducing that to just below 200 grams. So it's a comfort and fit reason for doing that, just to make it more wearable for extended periods of time. Different head mounting options to relieve the weight and make it more comfortable, like a strap at the back, or different types of nose bridges and other things like that. And a little bit more work on the user interface, but the simpler the better is what we found. So these 2 dials are the predominant pieces of the user interface.
Really exciting, really exciting. Opening up a whole new world.
It's a great product to work on, honestly.
Well, thank you for showing us. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.